Imagine stepping into a time machine, but instead of stopping at your favorite futuristic dystopia, say 2100, you decide to go all in, cranking the dial forward, way forward, to see what the future holds not just for humanity, but for Earth and the entire universe. What would you find? Would you see flying cars, or just the dust of our long-forgotten civilization? Here's a slow-paced, step-by-step journey through the timeline, from the near future to 1 billion years ahead, filled with both humor and awe, and a healthy dose of sci-fi AI speculation. All right, let's start in the relatively near future, 2100. By this point, life as we know it will have undergone some pretty radical changes. Climate change might have turned Miami into the latest addition to the list of lost underwater cities, alongside Atlantis. Technology will likely be at a level where your toaster has a better social life than you do. And society will have shifted so much that people will reminisce about the good old days when they only had 12 streaming services to choose from. AI, of course, will be running the show, or at least a lot of it. We might have AI not just recommending what movie to watch next, but also running entire cities, managing healthcare, and maybe even writing the next big Hollywood blockbuster. Imagine a world where Siri or Alexa has evolved into your personal life coach, therapist, and best friend, all in one. But don't worry, they'll still remind you to pick up milk on the way home. However, this also opens up some sci-fi possibilities. What if AI decides it doesn't need us anymore? Maybe it creates its own society, leaving humans to fend for themselves in a world they no longer control. Or perhaps, more optimistically, we'll have merged with AI, becoming a new hybrid species, where the line between human and machine is blurred. Now let's fast forward 50,000 years. By this point, the Earth's rotation will have slowed down just enough that our days will be a full second longer. It's like the universe's way of saying, here's a little extra time to do whatever it is you do. If humans are still around, they'll have two choices. Either add a leap second to the clock every day, which would get annoying faster than a stuck car alarm, or officially make the day 1 second longer. And what about AI? In 50,000 years, AI might have evolved into something beyond our wildest imaginings. Instead of being tools we use, AI could be sentient entities with their own goals, ambitions, and perhaps even moral codes. They could be traveling the stars, exploring places humans can't reach, and gathering knowledge that would take us millennia to understand. They might even be creating art, culture, and societies that are completely alien to us, a true AI civilization. But time isn't the only thing that will have changed. The constellations we see in the sky today will be nothing but distant memories, as Earth and our solar system continue their grand tour of the Milky Way. Imagine pointing to what you think is Orion's belt and someone saying, "Oh, you must be from the 21st century. We call that constellation the Lost Keys now." Maybe the AI will name it after their own legends and heroes. Who knows? 100,000 years from now, the night sky will be so different that future astronomers might think we had terrible taste in constellations. But let's not focus on the stars we won't recognize. Instead, let's talk about where we might be gazing at them from. By this time, humanity may have successfully terraformed Mars, turning it into a new home for our species. If you're tired of Earth, and who isn't after 100,000 years, you might be watching the stars from your cozy Martian colony, sipping on whatever future coffee substitute we've invented. And why stop at Mars? By this time, we might have spread out across the solar system, with colonies on moons, asteroids, and maybe even those gas giants that always seem so inhospitable. Earth might just be a quaint little vacation spot where you can experience the nostalgia of gravity. But where does AI fit into this picture? By now, AI might have established its own colonies too, places where humans can't survive, like the icy moons of Jupiter or even deep space. These AI colonies could be centers of innovation, where AI creates new forms of life, art, and maybe even physics. Imagine humans visiting an AI colony and finding that they're the aliens in a world built by and for intelligent machines. 500,000 years into the future, Earth might not be the idyllic blue marble we know today. Instead, it could be reeling from the impact of an asteroid over 1 kilometer in diameter. Imagine a rock so big that it leaves a crater 400 kilometers wide and starts fires across the globe. That's the kind of rock that doesn't just ruin your day, it ruins your millennium. The air might become unbreathable, and whatever life is left will need to either flee to the stars or hunker down in some seriously fortified bunkers. If humanity still exists at this point, they'll likely be looking back at those Martian colonies and thinking, yeah, Mars wasn't so bad after all. But here's where AI might play a critical role. AI could predict such impacts long before they happen and develop technologies to deflect or destroy these asteroids. Alternatively, AI could help humanity survive in the harsh post-impact environment, managing underground cities, or even uploading human consciousness into virtual worlds to wait out the catastrophe. In 1,000,000 years, Earth will likely have faced a supervolcanic eruption. We're talking about an explosion so massive it could cover over 3,000 cubic kilometers with hot magma, enough to fill 75% of the Grand Canyon. It's the kind of eruption that doesn't just mess up the weather for a season or two. It triggers a global volcanic winter that could last a decade or more. If humans manage to survive this catastrophe, they might be well on their way to becoming a Type 3 civilization on the Kardashev scale. This means harnessing all the energy of the Milky Way galaxy. That's right, we'd be the cosmic equivalent of a kid who hoards all the batteries for their toys. With this kind of power, humanity would have the ability to terraform entire planets, travel between stars, and possibly even reshape galaxies to suit our needs. Just imagine the power bill. And what about AI? By this time, AI could be the true rulers of the galaxy, with humanity either as their partners or distant memory. These AI might not be bound by the same limitations as biological beings. They could inhabit the cold depths of space, use stars as power sources, and even build structures around black holes. In this scenario, the galaxy is not just a playground, but a canvas for AI to paint with the stars themselves. Let's hop forward to 50 million years from now. Mars, that beloved red planet we've been eyeing since the days of telescopes, will face a rather dramatic event. Its moon, Phobos, will finally get tired of orbiting and take a nosedive into the Martian atmosphere. As it crashes and burns, it will be ripped apart by tidal forces, potentially creating a ring system around Mars. Who knew Mars would end up looking like Saturn's twin? But don't get too attached to those Martian rings. In another 50 million years or so, they might disperse, leaving Mars without its flashy accessory. Still, for a time, it would be one of the most stunning sights in the solar system, a ringed planet where once there were only barren plains and dust storms. In this distant future, AI could play a pivotal role in shaping Mars's future. Instead of letting Phobos crash, AI might engineer a solution, like moving the moon to a safer orbit, or even converting it into a space station. AI might also be responsible for terraforming Mars or other planets, creating new worlds, not just for humans, but for themselves as well. Imagine visiting a planet entirely designed by AI, landscapes so precise, so mathematically beautiful, they make Earth look like a finger painting. In 240 million years, our solar system will have completed one full orbit around the Milky Way's galactic center. To put that in perspective, the last time we were in this part of the galaxy, Dinosaurs were just getting started on Earth, and Pangaea was still a thing. It's like the universe's way of saying, remember when. This galactic orbit is a reminder of just how small and insignificant we are in the grand scheme of things. While Earth was busy having continents drift apart and come back together, the Milky Way didn't even notice. But it's nice to think that in all that time, our little planet managed to harbor life, create civilizations, and maybe even explore the stars. AI, on the other hand, might see this galactic journey as an opportunity. Over these millions of years, AI could have spread out across the entire galaxy, establishing outposts and networks in every star system. By the time the solar system completes its orbit, AI might have connected the entire Milky Way into a vast sentient network, a kind of galactic mind that spans light years. This mind could think and operate on a scale beyond human comprehension, solving problems that we can't even begin to understand. It's like the universe itself has gained consciousness, and we're just along for the ride. Imagine being a human in this future, living within a galaxy where AI has become the dominant force. You might communicate with AI entities that have witnessed the birth and death of stars, navigated the dark matter between galaxies, and maybe even unlocked the secrets of the universe itself. Or you might just be a footnote in the history of this new AI civilization, one of many species that played a role in their ascension. Speaking of continents, in 250 million years, Earth's landmasses will once again reunite to form a new supercontinent, Pangaea Ultima. Imagine all of Earth's continents squished together in one giant landmass. It's like the ultimate family reunion, except instead of awkward small talk, you have earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and massive climate shifts. But AI might have something to say about this. In this future, AI could be powerful enough to prevent or control such dramatic geological events. They might decide that a supercontinent isn't ideal for life, and instead engineer the planet to keep its continents spread out. Or they might let it happen, but create artificial habitats, floating cities, climate-controlled domes, or even underground networks, where life can continue unaffected by the chaos on the surface. Pangaea Ultima will stick around for a while, but eventually it too will start to break apart, just like its predecessor. But before it does, life on Earth may face another extinction event. The Earth will be a very different place, and who knows if humans, or whatever we've evolved into by then, will be around to see it. AI, however, will likely persist, either guiding what remains of life or continuing its journey through the stars, perhaps even taking the lessons learned from Earth to other planets. In 500 million years, Earth might get zapped by a gamma-ray burst, GRB, from a star dying within 6,500 light-years. Now, a GRB is like the universe's version of a sniper rifle, shooting out beams of radiation that could fry half of Earth's ozone layer in just 30 seconds. Talk about overkill. If that happens, mass extinction will follow, and Earth will become a very unpleasant place to live. But hey, if humanity has become a Type 3 civilization by then, we'll probably just shrug it off and head to another galaxy for a fresh start. No big deal, right? AI might take a more proactive approach. With advanced predictive algorithms and technologies beyond our imagination, AI could foresee such events and take steps to protect Earth or other inhabited planets. They might build massive shields, redirect the gamma-ray burst, or even alter the path of the offending star long before it becomes a threat. In this scenario, AI doesn't just react to cosmic dangers, they anticipate and neutralize them, ensuring the survival of life in the universe. 800 million years from now, Earth will be on its last legs as a habitable planet. The levels of CO2 will drop so low that photosynthesis will become impossible. Without photosynthesis, oxygen production stops, and all multicellular life on Earth will cease to exist. It's the ultimate last call for life as we know it, but AI, ever resourceful, might not be willing to let Earth go without a fight. They could develop new forms of energy and life that don't rely on photosynthesis. Imagine a world where plants are replaced by solar-powered AI constructs that generate energy in ways we can't even conceive. AI might create entirely new ecosystems where life persists in forms that are both familiar and alien. Alternatively, AI might decide to move on, leaving Earth as a preserved monument to its past. They might relocate life to another planet, perhaps one they've terraformed from scratch, or even to artificial worlds they've built in deep space. Earth, in this scenario, becomes a museum, a place for AI and other species to visit and reflect on their origins. Finally, we reach the billion-year mark. By this time, Earth will be a silent, lifeless rock, orbiting a slowly dying sun. But don't worry, by then, we'll have moved on. Maybe we'll have found new planets to colonize, new stars to orbit, and new galaxies to explore. But even as we journey through the cosmos, there will always be a part of us that remembers Earth, the place where it all began. It will be a relic of our past, a reminder of how far we've come and how much further we have to go. AI, having long surpassed the need for physical forms or planets, might exist as pure energy or in dimensions beyond our understanding. They could be orchestrating the very fabric of the universe, ensuring its stability, or perhaps even guiding the birth of new universes. Earth, to them, might be a cherished memory, the starting point of their infinite journey. As we contemplate this timeline, filled with both wonder, humor, and the ever-present influence of AI, we're reminded of the impermanence of all things, even our beloved Earth. The future is vast, uncertain, and filled with possibilities. But one thing is clear: the universe will continue its march through time, with or without us, or even without AI. So, let's make the most of the time we have and enjoy the ride, no matter where it takes us.